Come on, little nerds and nerdettes. Please join us for another episode of
Dungeon Crawlers! Woo! Back! What's going on, everybody?
Where we left off. The party had made their way out of Kalor and onto the Recluse. From the Recluse, they had begun to take off, kind of charting a path towards Balin Outpost. From there, destinations unknown. Quick recap. Between the middle of the flight, a heavy rainstorm begins to pick up in between conversations of where and what the party is going to do. On their way, Strat, you want to mute yourself? I got echo coming. No, you're good, dude. The heavy rains begin to pick up. Between the heavy rains, dark shadows begin to kind of loop through the clouds and the skies. Noticeable by a couple members of the party. In between the fight, in between looking around, all of a sudden the party is attacked on board as members of the crew are picked up and taken from the ship. The party, motley crew, goes out to investigate only to discover these almost large vulture-type creatures that had begun to make a kind of an attack on the ship. Battle ensues, where the party begins to handle it quite well, until all of a sudden the creatures begin to kind of molt these dead like skin layers type deals, and the ship begins to fill with these spores, causing the party to choke and have issues. A giant battle ensues, with several party members going down, coming back up, fighting, being lifted off of the ship, almost being taken from the ship, and unfortunately, Sophia suffering a fatal blow. Where we leave off is the pouring rain is beginning to kind of subside. Very hazy skies as the party takes in what has happened. And that's where we'll leave off. As we come to, I can't remember who dealt the final killing blow. I believe it was KB. I think it was KB.
Remember, I tossed the thing to the ground.
Yes. You killed one of them.
I killed two of them.
Did you kill two? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as we leave off, Patience is sitting on one, punching the face in, as the rain kind of begins to slowly trickle off. The party looking around at damages and who is there, who is not. The adrenaline begins to wear off. And as it begins to wear off, you notice your body's hurt a lot. And the deck is pretty quiet, minus the sound of the wind rushing as you are continuing to coast through the air.
I'm gonna rush over and stabilize Nova because I believe she was still unconscious. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I help?
Absolutely, good sir. Advantage. Roll twice. Oh my god.
The bleeding is profuse, Axel, as you are trying to stabilize Nova. You are, well, no, you said, well, yeah, no, because you rolled with advantage. You are trying to cover the wounds and this long gash mark that runs the torso kind of up the chest a little bit, and it is a large open wound, and every time that you shove more bandages onto Nova, the bandages just instantly become drenched in blood. And you're just having a hard time stabilizing her. Not yet. You hadn't got around to one yet. Correct. What are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna keep at it.
You gonna keep at it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll let Patience continue to work out her frustration on the corpse of this creature, and I'll stay with Nova too.
Okay. Nova, roll a death saving throw. Nova? Oh, sorry. Oops. I mean, if that's what you rolled. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Must have been real good.
yeah, so as you are staunching the blood, and Axel, at this point, you are panicking. Every time you grab 3 or 4 bandages and shove them into the wound, the bandages instantly fill up with blood, and you are just shoving more and more and more and more and more, and you are just continuously trying to stop the bleeding. At a certain point, you realize you're pulling off the bandages that were already soaked, and you're trying to refill with fresh ones, and you realize that maybe this isn't helping, and you leave the wet bandages in there to continue soaking up, and you're pressing on top, and now you, in your frustrations, you don't realize that you're pressing down on her really, really hard, like you're putting a good chunk of your weight onto her. And this actually helps. It stops the bleeding by creating, by just putting that pressure on the wound, you're kind of creating that suction to stop. And at that moment, Nova, your eyes open to see Axel, wet, frustrated, wide-eyed, and just frantically pushing down on you, and you feel like you're getting pushed through the ship. As you come to with 1 hit point, she rolled a natural 20. As you come to with 1 hit point, Axel looming over you, pressing you into the center of the ship, you almost are having a hard time even breathing out because he's just pressing down on the wound.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we did.
She's kind of at the bottom of the stairs. Where you guys are right now, you guys wouldn't see her or know what's going on. All you hear is patients screaming and wailing away on this creature. And at this point, the face and upper portion body of this creature is just mush. And she is punching into the deck at this point. And that's, you don't know anything else beyond that.
Once the creature's head is atomized. Oh, damn it. Once the creature's head is like atomized, get up, stand there and stare for a few moments, and then sort of kind of come to for, and then like suddenly run down the stairs. Right up to my face. How's that?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I have my finger in front of the fucking thing.
Found it.
Like, she'll stand up and kind of, trying to figure out, sort of realize what's happening, and then suddenly run down the stairs without saying a word to anybody.
Let her go. Loss. Sister, I guess. He is gone.
So as you come down the base of the stairs, patients kneeling in front of Sophia. Sophia is face down, and a large pool of blood is surrounding her. And she is pale, unmoving, unbreathing. As you cast the spell, you feel it take effect, but nothing happens beyond that. You don't think it did anything? Okay. You begin to put pressure on the wounds, you begin to dress the wounds, and Sophia is just unmoving.
There wouldn't even be any visible wounds. She was never hit.
There, she had that large gash mark along the back. That's what ultimately.
Oh, right. That's what took her out. Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
You pull Sophia up close, and you put your head to her chest, and you hear no noise.
after kind of watch.
God damn it. Sorry. After watching Nova do this and kind of see that, she doesn't think that there's anything more that could be done, Patience just is there wipes the blood off of her face and kind of
Anything else?
wipe the blood off of Sophia's face.
As you wipe the blood off of her face, you stand and you stare at her, and she just continues to be unmoving. The life has left Sophia.
I'll just ask the captain if they have, anything we can dress the body with, something.
So you check on the
Dignified.
captain?
Yeah.
The captain is laying on the back of the ship, bleeding out.
You lazy son of a bitch.
He's sitting in like the back corner. He's like, "Oh fuck, oh shit." You can see him like he's trying to like hold the wound in, and he's got a big gaping wound.
Axel, you got more bandages there?
Yeah, I think I still have a few left.
I think maybe we spare some for our only ride out of here.
Yeah, I'll walk over. As I'm walking over, I'll collect my hand axes before they slide off the bow from when I previously threw them, and then I'll walk over to the captain and try and help him out.
Okay. It doesn't take very long. It's more putting pressure to it as you begin to kind of wrap the wounds and help him sit up to a position where he's a little more comfortable. You look around and one of the crew members is dismembered on the front of the ship. One of them is not moving or breathing, and the other one is downstairs, and you can hear him crying softly. Sophia, as you lay there unmoving, and you feel yourself release from your body, from a distance, you see your friends, family, and you feel comfort and ease. And a bright light begins to take you. If you could join me in Whispers, along with Nova. So, yes, I will message you. Sophia. You find yourself alone in a sea, a warm sea. The light washed across your face. And you look back and you see a farm, a house. And you see two women sitting having a drink. Tea. Comfortably, they turn and smile to you. Come sit, child. What do you do?
Don't recognize them, right?
Don't recognize them at all.
I will slowly
You recognize
cautiously.
the voices, though. Semi-familiar.
Yeah, I'll pull up a seat.
They slide a cup of whatever this is in front of you. I see that you have crossed over partially. Do you wish to complete your journey, or do you wish to stay with your friend? Ah, sister, make sure that you explain things on better terms to her. Yes, yes, I know. Let the child think she's going through an ordeal. Do you wish to stay with your friends?
Sophia is weary, tired. I'll roll insight on these peeps.
Okay.
Flat 10. Perfectly
Flat
average.
10. They seem to be telling the truth. They're being they seem to be open to you. So, do you wish to stay with your friends? Do you enjoy being with your friends?
She's kind of sitting there just thinking.
Then let me ask you your next question, sister. Ah, yes. So, do you know who you are? Do you remember your parents?
I'm
No?
afraid I never met them.
There's a
But
reason
yes,
why. Your parents made a deal with us long ago, sweetheart. Long ago. You are Lystelian. You are not of this realm. You were born of the astral sea as us. Your great powers of premonition, they are not normal. Your parents, long ago, made a deal with us for great lives and great wealth. They agreed to sire you, carry you, and give up the rights to you upon your birth. You were born of the astral sea. Your composition is not of radar. We can allow you to return. We will allow you to stay with your friends until you've completed whatever menial tasks you feel like you need to complete. And once you have, you will disconnect and you will return to us to begin your real training. Ah, yes. You see, we have lost our newest sister. Granted, she was not much of anything. The Candy Witch. Ha! What a joke. You dispatched of her with ease. You hold so much more potential. You could be so much more. The Blaze Witch, the Fire Witch, the Molten Witch. Your life, your existence was sealed in blood before you were even begun. Your whole life.
A twinkle of curiosity sparkles in Sophia's eye, and then kind of flashes back to reality. I thought that I taught myself everything.
You did. You are powerful. Do you think that any normal individual can do that? No. Only one of our ancient blood, Lystilian. Those born of the astral sea. You learned them
But why?
because you are powerful.
Why go through a life here on whatever? You said I'm from a different plane?
We are
What plane am I on? What plane was I on?
the astral plane, my dear. Radar is
And what plane is Radar on?
the mortal plane. We are just watchers. Keepers, as you would say. It's a curiosity for us. We enjoy ourselves here. We are not gods by any mean, but we are not mortal. We are an in-between, unless you choose not. As you see now, you can die. And if you choose to pass on, then so be it. You pass on from this mortal world and you give up that right. Now, we can send you back. You could choose to live out whatever life you want with whatever tasks you want to complete. But once those tasks become mundane, you shed that form, you shed that life, and you become us. And you gain your true self.
That is inevitable.
Can be.
If I'll return now, I become what? Your entertainment for the rest of my life.
I wouldn't say entertainment. No, no, no. Think of it as watching you become something more, something better. Ah, yes, better. I like that word. But, you see, and my sister here agrees with me, you're better. We are better. We come in threes, always. You are meant to be one of us. Powerful, omnipotent. But you have to choose. You won't remember this. We will send you back. There will be no shock, no awe. You will just return. And when you fulfill whatever it is that you want to fulfill in that life, you will move on. It will be painless. We promise. We have passed on as well, many eons ago.
But eventually I will return here. Whether or
Not,
not it's...
not here necessarily. No, 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 no. This is the in-between. And she, gestures out towards the vast ocean. You can walk that way and choose to pass on. Or stay here and we send you back.
Sophia is lost in thought and trying to make sense. And it's pretty clear that she doesn't quite know how to answer this. So there'll be a long time between these questions. I won't just sit here. But she will eventually ask. So what purpose do I have in the mortal plane? What purpose does the mortal plane serve the likes of you? If we said we fought your sister, so you can't interfere.
No, she was, what shall we say, a discontent. She had not fully ascended to us, nor was she of Lystalian blood. She was somebody that we were hoping to fill the void with. Ah, yes, the void. She was, what would you mortals call it? A twit. Yes, a twit.
A slight smile forms on Sophia's face.
The mortal realm is more of just a curiosity. We keep watch. We do not interfere. We do occasionally bring ourselves forth to the mortals that we deem dear or entirely entertaining, and we've been known to cast certain things to make them stronger or help them in their quests. Many eons ago, we did grant a great sword to a certain individual looking to kill an undead king. Depends on the mood.
Well, I never felt at home or really like I fitted in anywhere.
It's because you are not of home to the mortal realm.
The others suspected I wasn't exactly human, and I'll point to the markings on my face.
That's not your true... That is of the mortal realm. That is Genasi. That's just your parents' lineage, the way you look. It is here.
And she'll lean
Do you
back.
not see? And she reaches out with her finger and slowly kind of makes her way towards the center of your forehead. You see things beyond what others can. Your premonition now only sees hours, maybe minutes ahead. Eventually, you will see days, years, decades. That is a power that not even we have. We each have our own specific abilities that allow us to be who we are, and that is why we work in threes. Yes, so as you see, you can make the choice. If you choose not to be and pass on, we will start over again with a new one. If you choose, we send you back. It could be 1 year, 2, 3, 5, 10 years before you pass. But eventually, maybe you choose to have children. Maybe you choose to live out a life of adventure and die gloriously. The choice is yours. We leave all of this in your hands. Think of it as a reward. You had a very hard upbringing. Unfortunately, that is part of the process. Your
Oh.
parents are not allowed to be with you at all. They have nothing to do with you, and they chose not to do anything with you. You must find your own way in this life. But know that when you leave here, if you choose to go back, you will have no memories of this.
I go back, I would continue trying to find where I belong. And I won't find it, will I? And I won't meet my parents. I won't find anyone like me.
I will answer that question. You will never find anybody like you. Lystilian is Lystilians. We are a race far beyond. Your parents still do exist in this world. They are around. They are fat. They are greedy. You will not enjoy them. I've spaced out Treble. What was the other one? Finding where you fit in, your parents, and what else? Sorry.
That's all I said.
Okay. Fitting in is what you deem as fitting in. If fitting in is just your little ragtag group, then you fit in. If you wish to conquer the world, you will soon have the power to do so. You still are of the mortal world. You can interfere.
But
But
I
the
have
moment
the
you
ability to shape the mortal world.
not necessarily shape. You can make change.
Oh, Sophia would be very tempted by this.
And to figure out who you are, there are ways to figure that out. There are people that have researched us before. Whether or not you are able to figure that out, that is on you. We are a very curious race, us Lystilians.
what would I learn if I continue on with this path you've laid before me?
We were an entire race that consisted in the Astral Sea. We used to make trips between both realms and trade with the mortal realm. How do you think they got a lot of the technology that they have? The Ion Shatar are the result of us. We gave them more than they were able to compromise and comprehend. And they took and ran with it in a not so healthy manner. They are a blemish on my record, as I am the one that provided the information to them. We are neither evil nor good. We exist exactly in the middle.
When I return, if I choose to do so, I'll have no memory of this.
You will have none.
But eventually, I will be given this choice again,
Yes.
and I will learn
Except
what
for
I
it will
learned.
not be a choice. Next time around, you will shed your mortal form.
But I will learn
Consider it a
of my
Sunday.
place. I will learn of who I really am.
Yes.
And
We
I
will
will look
come and
back.
bring you home.
I will look back over what I've done as Sophia. And so my choice is now, do I want to live through her for as ever long as she's... Oh, I'm saying she. It almost feels as if I'm in a different... I'll be living in a different character.
You are still Sophia. I still remember my original form before I took on this one. I still look the same, but I am not. And as she does that, or as she says that, her form kind of like shifts and phases out, and you kind of see through her for a second, and then she readjusts herself.
And are the actions and the accomplishments, the emotions that you felt as or in your mortal form, do they mean anything to you now?
Yes. I once had a great love. It has been long since I have known him. I will give you one word of warning, though. If you choose to do so, you will be undying until you have completed whatever goal it is that you wish to complete, whether it be defeating a great evil or making a family and seeing them live to completion. You cannot die. We will ensure that your body, your form, it might take a day, it might take 2, 3, 4, 5 days, but you will eventually return to your body, and you will revive. You are not undead, but know this: each time you die, there is a chance that you lose a memory. I died 3 times previous to shedding my form, and there are certain things that become hazy to me. It is a risk, but know that. I died 10 times, and there are certain portions of my life that I do not remember anymore. I believe it was something in my childhood. Yes.
My connection with my sister is real.
It
Not
is.
my real sister. And
Do you think you
I,
met her by random? Patience was placed to protect you. She has growth to do as well.
she,
She
what's
is
the
not.
word?
Think of her as a bodyguard.
I'm afraid she already does.
She will only get stronger.
But if she's only there to keep me safe, then my whole reason to go back doesn't really make sense.
It's not her only reason to keep you safe. You are sisters in a way. Or whatever else and beyond that you want. She does care and love for you, as one does their blood relative. If all you feel is that she is there to protect you, and that is all you have, then pass on. Like I said, we will not force this decision on you.
I do not, and I feel that way with the information you've told me. Forgetting all this, I know that is not how I viewed her at all. This extra knowledge puts everything in a different light.
But the sun grows near, and here you lay in limbo. We cannot keep you here any longer. You must make a decision.
Can I ask
And
one
you
question?
kind of you don't, it's not like like an incredible tug, but you do feel yourself kind of like pulled a little bit towards the sea. Ask away.
I have two. The first, I'm close with Eamon as well. Was he too one of your characters you threw into my story? Or is that real?
That is real. He is a lucky bystander, I guess I would say. Almost like a father figure that took you in. Very curious to watch him. He still lives, if
He
that's what you ask.
He does not deserve the fate he is currently enduring it.
Then
And
return.
there are many others under Donovan's wrath. I believe I still have a part to play in resolving that. But upon removing that figure, ensuring Iomin's safe return, as well as the same for patients, I believe my work on the mortal realm will be done. But I would like to see that through.
Then the choice is made.
I'm intrigued and I look forward to eventually being with you too.
We will see you soon, child. Ah, yes. A third joins us. And they both lean forward and touch your chest simultaneously, and you feel yourself sucked from the chair and thrust with a beam of light, and you feel yourself rushed towards your body. Let's pop back up. Os. Hello.
Hi. You
Hi.
guys were there for a while.
Mm-hmm. Wait for Chelsea to get back here. I just messaged her.
Oh, was she there for the benefit of the stream, but
Yeah, I made her step away.
forced AFK? Damn.
She does all the recording. My cousin is the brains of the operation. I'm just here.
Yep.
I'm the
Yep.
brains in the terms of like my ADHD allows for like a million different characters to run rampant in there. She actually does the work. Like all you people on Twitch, Twitch, the that beginning screen, that is all her.
The trailer's all her. She runs the stream.
Chelsea. Damn, that was a long time. I almost fell asleep. Oh shit.
You fell asleep. I was here doing nothing.
All right. How do I give? For some reason, 1, 2, 3. Why? Eats. Yeah. Hold on though. For some reason, it. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll keep looking. It up, Genji. Go ahead.
All right. So, as you guys are. So what were you doing? You guys were holding Sophia's head and
Yeah.
trying to. I'm sorry. It was a little bit.
A little bit.
You find yourself holding Sophia's cold body as the blood has stopped pooling out and the poison has now exited her body. What are you doing?
Patience is despondent. No response.
Yeah, you continue to cast Spare the Dying, and it takes effect on the body, but you don't feel like it's doing anything. As you lean forward and touch your head to Sophia's head, you hear a breath in and a breath out. And Sophia begins to breathe. Sophia, immediately you feel extreme pain. You are tired, so very tired, and just weak. As your eyes slowly open up, you look up to see Patience blue, but like a light blue, pale. The eyes are beet red. The face is just haggard. The fists are not only something else's blood, skinned and like almost down to the bone knuckles. And a very teary-eyed, I almost said war, Nova staring down at you with your head in her lap.
Yeah, we'll just look dazed.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, she was staring at her face.
The color slowly begins to return to Sophia. Instead of a pale white death gray, a pinkened hue returns to Sophia.
She fell. I mean, what?
I'm. Oh, I'm all right.
But how you was you were gone.
I felt.
I don't understand.
Almost. The air.
Patience will kind of help her sit up a little bit, if she's able.
The birds, you got them?
So, Patience kind of balls her fist and it's in front of Sophia's face, like, yeah. Yeah, I got those bastards.
I'm gonna try and sit up, and I'll immediately kind of put my hand on my back over my long scratch that went down it, and just kind of wince in pain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which, as you sit her up, it does begin to bleed a little bit through the bandage.
I'll lie back down. Is everyone else okay too?
I'll sort of be like walking towards the stairs with like, like white cloth that you would wrap a body in. What?
I'm all right.
You're
so?
tired.
I'll sort of like look over the wheel and look down from the my height. I see her, right?
Like at the wheel here where Captain Marrow is.
I like past it. Just
No,
sort
because
of
they're all down the stairs.
Okay, so I'll like walk around and sort of tilt my head forward.
Yeah, you see a very bloodied Sophia and like a pool of blood, like dried blood on the floor, and you see her eyes are open, colors returned. And then in the distance, like right about here, whoops, like right about, why would it not let me? Whatever. Up towards like the ballista at the front, there's like a whole like a whole person just like dismembered into like 3 bits. But yeah, you look down and everybody's down there. They look fucking haggard and beat up, but she's alive.
Bedoma. He'll sort of like walk back.
Typical.
It doesn't have a direct translation, but it's something that they say when they sense a bad omen.
Mm.
You see his ears twitch, so like he obviously picked up on what you said. It's very obvious. He has very obvious body language because of all his fur and shit, but he doesn't look back to answer.
Captain Marrow is, as you look back or continue walking back towards the wheel, he's like standing, holding onto the wheel, like holding onto his side, bleeding, but he is still steering the ship. Hmm. Okay, so roll an intelligence check to see if you know what body parts go to what.
No.
Because it's first person, not good at all.
You gotta like Frankenstein the blood vessels together and stuff.
We're talking like intestines are pulled out and strewn about, so like you're gonna be. Oh no. Yeah, person is like ripped and then was like the bird was starting to semi-feed and then interrupted. That's bad. You're pretty sure like a good quarter of the body maybe went over the ship. You're not 100%. It ain't good. First person, not good. The second person, that's kind of in the middle area where Axel kind of roughly is right now, that person's just laying face down. Okay. Okay. Nope. Person's still face down. Maybe you wait a little bit too long to cast Spare the Dying on this one. Her face, and no, she's dead. Just that's all you get.
This is. I recognize that this is an annoying thing that people sometimes do, but I rolled a perception to see if I could pick up on like Axel's reaction when she said that Sophia was alive and that she resurrected her.
The thing
I don't
about
know
Axel
if you want to
is-
roll deception or whatever you want to do, but
No. That's the thing. That's like Axel's one main disadvantage as opposed to regular humans. He has very obvious body language because, like I said, he has fur. So like it's very easy to tell what emotions he's feeling based on his tail, what sort of motions his ears make. You know, if his fur is standing up or is it down. Like it's very easy to read him compared to other people.
I think that KB is suspicious or maybe skeptical. I don't know if suspicious is the right word, but at least skeptical. And I'm just trying to get a sense of maybe if Axel is feeling similarly.
Yeah, absolutely. When he was like looking down at Sophia, he had a very, I would say, yeah, probably cynical, analytical expression on his face.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I'm really fucked up, and we still got a couple days to go, and well, my crew's kind of gone. It's not good. So
You need me to captain the ship?
I mean, you guys are going to have to learn a little bit. I do have one
no
crew
more.
member. Can you find a more? What? No. Oh shit! Amor is on the front of the boat. He's fucked up. Okay, he's gone. Amor. Kevin. Oh fuck! Kevin's dead too. No. Where's Kevin?
Yeah.
And you
Look,
see,
I
you
know
see
you
like
got
you
at
see
least
like
one
a.
guy, but
You see like a
we-
younger gentleman poke his head out from underneath, like where you guys all are. He kind of pokes his head up and begins looking around. Okay, good. Kevin, you're still. What about TR? Fuck, she's dead too. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. Hey, okay, we're not doing.
Kevin, your eyes are so red. What had happened?
I don't want to do this anymore.
They're glossy. Like you've been crying for several minutes.
No, yeah, I was crying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
Kevin.
noticed you down there crying.
Okay, Kevin, we can't be pussy right now. Like, I'm really fucked up. Come drive the boat. Come, get up here and drive. No more birds are up here. Get up here. Get your fucking ass up here now and drive the goddamn boat. And you see Kevin like, he like scurries up there and like grabs. You watch as Kevin or Captain Marrow goes to the back of the ship where all the barrels are, and he just like lays down on the ship, and you just hear him muttering to himself now. Okay, so I'm just going to let you all know we are 100% stopping in Balin Outpost. I have to get a new crew, and I have damages to ship. So everybody get comfortable, because that's where we're fucking stopping.
You're the boss.
Yes, I am. Okay, I'm going to get up and go into my fucking room. And he gets up and, like, you see him walk down the back into the captain quarters and disappears.
Hey, very quickly, Captain, before you go, get some rest. You earned it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Just one thing. Remember that you did not want this whole group on the ship when we boarded, right?
Still don't. Still don't.
Right. And
Yes.
this crew's the reason you're alive still? Is that right?
Yeah,
Do I
well,
understand the situation correctly?
maybe you attract the fucking big birds. I don't know.
Perfect.
I wasn't supposed to go
You're
this way.
welcome.
Supposed to go to another fucking city, but hey,
I
it's fine. It's fine.
I will accept your thanks graciously. It's very big of you to admit when you're wrong. I appreciate that. Get some rest. You earned it. I'll see when you get back up. I'll make sure Kevin doesn't cry steering the ship up here.
Kevin's big bitch, and I will have
Fucking
Donovan. Donovan will just fucking pay me extra for this stupid fucking trip coming out here to bail an outpost. Nobody comes to fucking bail an outpost, and you just hear him muttering more shit as he goes into the back.
Just want to make sure I understand the situation correctly. Sounds like everyone's on the same page.
You look
All
up,
right, let's get to that
KB.
outpost.
After you say all this, KB, you look up and Kevin's like driving, and you can just you're still doing like that, like.
He's like a teenager learning to drive, where like your
No.
shoulders are so stiff.
He's just
got a sore
weeping.
neck later.
It's still like it's like drizzling at this point, and you can still see you can still see he's crying, and he's just like.
You'll fucking walk it off.
Kevin, it was intense, but you got to hold it together. But
Yeah, sort of arms on the rail, sort of just outlooking the deck. No, I'm fine. You should really get some rest though.
Yeah, I saw that. What the heck?
it's that big lightning.
Whoops.
I'll handle it. Yeah, I promise.
Can I? I'm assuming we're probably going to do a short rest. I mean, KB is sort of assuming that we'll do that. Can I do like an investigation on Sophia's body? That sounded creepy the way I said. I mean, I don't mean.
That requires consent.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I go down and I mean, yes, that is what I want to do. I want to investigate Sophia to see if she looks just looks okay, if she looks herself, if anything, if I can see anything that looks odd. I'll just go down there and I'll say, hey, Sophia, I'm really glad that you're okay.
As he's like touching her.
I just
we
blacked out.
really felt, yeah, that's the best thing I've heard in a really long time. Do you mind if I just check you out, make sure you're okay, really quickly?
I feel. But I feel like I was raked across the back.
Why don't you let me take a look?
But it seems bandaged. I think Nova did that. And I felt
Yeah.
like I breathed something in the air.
Hmm.
It was like a poison. But it seems like it's gone now that the birds are gone.
Yeah, those things were nasty. There's a lot of I don't know how much you know about germ theory, but there's a lot of real nasty stuff on them. I get. Can I just look real briefly? I just want to make sure that it's not infected. It's not going to cause more problems later. I would love to take a look if you're okay with it before we all take a needed rest.
Sophia would give a very concerned look at Patience.
Patience is kind of confused by what Gaby's asking. What are you talking about? What could possibly be wrong?
Well, I want to make sure it's not an infection or that this is going to spread more later. I just want to make sure that it's going to heal well on its own, right? We don't need to do anything else to it apart from maybe some salves or anything like that.
Well, I guess Nova has already seen it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I
Sure.
guess it's fine. Don't be.
Okay.
You won't like it.
Well, it's not for my enjoyment. It's to make sure that you're safe.
Okay.
I think the moment she starts to say, okay, I'll kind of not, forcefully, but kind of gently turn around, see if I can look at her back, feel like her skin on her shoulders while I'm doing this, see if she's cold or clammy or pale or weird or slimy. These are things.
A lot. What you would notice the scars, the scratch is covered up, but most of Sophia's body, as you look closely, is very stony. A good portion of her skin, the majority of it, especially underneath her clothing that she wears, is very stone-like. It's not like human skin.
Is this something that Patience would have seen before?
Patients would have known. It was one of the main reasons. It was one of the main reasons Sophia was picked on.
Yeah. Got it.
She's learned to cover it up better, but
would this be consistent with like her face and neck?
It would be. Yeah. It would be way more pronounced. The stuff that's on her face is very faded and covered over, and hard to see unless you're looking closely. It's way more pronounced underneath her clothing.
Whoop, I didn't mean to play that. I just wanted some, like... Yeah. I just wanted some, like, mellow music or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hey, Witcher.
Yeah,
you
this
just...
is so mellow.
So
roll...
Cut her fucking head off.
Yeah. Sophia turns and kills the entire party. Roll an investigation check and then roll like a medicine check. Just to kind of see if you
got 17 investigate.
Okay.
And that's not very good. And a 7 medicine.
Medically, she looks good. You're like, okay, yeah, you're fucked up, but it looks pretty good. Not bad. You kind of lift up the bandage on her back, and like the wound, like the blood is kind of stopping. It's beginning to like coagulate and like scab a little bit. Investigation. Roll like a general intelligence check.
Here. $23.
You've read a lot. You like to read.
Yeah.
You've heard of Earth Genasi before. She does have the markings and kind of the body style for an Earth Genasi, as you kind of like run your hands, you don't feel her up, but you kind of touch certain portions, and you do notice the outer portions of her skin are, at first glance, they do look like skin, but as you get a little bit closer, you do see like the where it's not skin, it's kind of like almost like a rocky texture, and it's jagged and hard to the touch. And now that you're really close up to Sophie and you're actually paying attention and kind of looking her over to make sure she's fine, you do notice, like she said, as the hair is kind of, like it's been pulled back now, you notice kind of like around the edges of her face, she does have like a rim of this almost like rocky substance. But other than that, she looks perfectly normal. You don't see anything off.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like put her robe or whatever was covering her back or whatever back up, and um, I'll just say, hey, I go get some rest. I appreciate you trusting me. Right? I know we all took a hit. Let's just get off our feet for a little bit,
I trust you.
and then I'll telepathically message Axel and just say, I don't know what the fuck happened. She looks fine. Nothing weird.
After a little bit, he'll reply and say, "That's not the part that I'm worried about."
I'll respond and say, I've seen people come back from the dead, but they're not themselves. But this doesn't seem like that.
Maybe.
And then I think I'll come up here and maybe if we do a short rest, I'll hang out with Kevin and take my short rest up here with him.
Sounds good. Kevin's still like
Yeah,
intermediate.
I don't want him to be totally. I don't want him to be totally alone and like get lost or crash the ship or something.
Okay. At this time, it's beginning to get like later evening. The sun's kind of going down. Kind of a little bit of a time skip.
I would talk with Patience briefly before the time skip.
Well, I meant like time skip as in like, the fight in mid-afternoon, like, now
sure,
the sun's
yeah.
kind of going down. So yeah, you guys are free to do whatever you want at this point. Captain Merrow has excused himself to his room. He is resting. The other crew member, Kevin, is driving the boat, and he stopped crying at this part, but his eyes are really, really puffy, and he just looks like a big bitch behind the wheel. So
Fucking Kevin.
Being a bitch.
there are 3 rooms below, like in the main area. There's like a storage area, and then there was a main area where everybody was kind of sleeping. That's empty now because the other 2 members are gone. And then there was kind of like a semi guest room. Like it was a really, really tiny one that somebody could just be in there alone.
I'm too weak. I'm too weak to move myself.
I'll
Our hammocks in there, just FYI. Okay.
I'll pick up Sophia and carry her into one of the rooms with the hammocks and set her down in one gently, being mindful of her injuries.
Once I'm lying down, I'll kind of look at you, Patience, and just be like, why are people acting weird? People we've gotten. No, we've had tough fights. You got knocked out once.
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't moving. Like, white as a sheet. You were dead. Like I don't know how you're back. I'm.
I couldn't have been dead, though. I mean, how would I still be here if I had died?
I don't. I don't know. I mean, I thought I lost you.
Not yet. Not from a bird.
They.
I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah. Patience kind of wipes her hand across her eyes.
It's not your fault. I tried to save you. And it may have gotten in the way. I'll do it again, you know.
Yeah. We gotta look out for each other, right?
I have your back, you have mine.
Always.
Always.
What? Oh, what happened when you blacked out? Did you see something?
I
What happened?
You did for a
Well-
moment. You remember, kind of remember seeing, you remember being small. You remember the streets being cold, being alone, being afraid, being hungry. And then you remember somebody blue. Somebody blue that reached out and gave you a loaf of bread. And then you remember that person sticking by you every day, fighting, bigger kids for more food. And you remember, the life growing up with Patience and Amon. Kind of like a flash of your life.
I felt I breathed this air and felt weak. My whole body shot with pain, and I fell, and I think I vaguely remember it going from my back as I was turned. All I really remember, though, you know how people say that you see your life flash before your eyes. I, s-
Yeah.
I saw that. Everything that I remember, the first time I met you, and all the times that you've been there for me, and the times that the two of us have had, the times we had with Eamon. Saw all of it. And then nothing. I, and, but the nothing didn't last long. It was. I mean, before I could even think, I opened my eyes again.
Do I get the sense that there's something that she's not telling me?
Roll an insight.
Ah,
Seems to be very, very truthful. Sophia, why would she lie to you?
I felt small, helpless. But that feeling was brief.
yeah, you're not so small anymore. It's crazy how much you've grown. I say that, and I mean, look at me.
Yeah, you're fighting monsters a mile in the sky. What? I wonder what Diamond would think of that.
We are fighting monsters a
We
mile
are.
in the sky.
I wonder what Diamond would think of the others.
Oh.
They feel like friends.
Yeah.
Do you trust them?
Well, I guess I didn't before, but now I mean, they really came through for us.
Sophia nods her head.
More than once. I mean, Furball still pisses me off sometimes.
Sophia smiles a little bit.
And Patience's face kind of is like, got a little like annoyed just thinking about Axel, but it softens. Yeah, just no, I think they're good people.
And Sophia's still kind of like looking
I
up at you, but you see her eyes just like kind of gradually close and her head tilts off to the side. She just kind of falls asleep right there.
Is there a blanket that I can put on her?
I mean, you go back towards like the quarters where everybody was sleeping. There's several blankets you could grab.
Oh, I mean, I put her in a hammock.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you put her literally on top of a blanket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll pull the blanket over her. Sit down and kind of back against the wall. And just let out a heavy sigh. And then fall asleep.
Okay.
For like, a short rest amount of time.
I would be sleeping for a long rest if possible.
Axel, you're usually the late night guy.
Wait, is it nighttime now?
It is late dusk. As
Oh,
you guys
okay.
all begin to like kind of semi pass out. Everybody starts to randomly throughout the boat begin to pass out.
I'll step onto the deck really quick. I just want to take a minute to deploy the portable hole and put some of my stuff in before
Okay.
folding it back up and putting it back in my my pocket.
Take out the portable hole, slap it down on the deck. It opens up into a little sized thing, and you jump down into the hole. It is pitch black in there. Or are you jumping down, or are you just throwing stuff in?
No, I'm just depositing stuff in.
Okay, so you just take things out, and you just kind of start to dump them into the hole.
Yeah.
Oh.
once I'm done, I'll fold it back up and retrieve it. And I'll head down deck, find where Nova is, and take a spot next to her.
Easily said and done. Plenty of space as everybody begins to pass out. The night rest takes all of you, and you guys can mark yourself down for a long rest. After several hours of sleep, the day begins to break as the rush of air and warm breeze is felt on all of you guys, as you guys kind of feel the warm air seep into the lower cabin areas, and you hear the rush of wind against the bow of the deck and the side of the ship itself.
I'm right there next to you. Yeah. No, I didn't bother to check. Mm-hmm. Could be any number of things. A lot of them I don't want to consider.
I just realized that stream has not heard me once this whole time.
Oh,
'cause
what the hell?
I had the wrong input device selected on
Have they been hearing us?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
No big deal.
Well, shit. Not great that they haven't been hearing you.
That's not a big deal.
Quickly summarize everything you've said over the past 2 hours.
Not much of anything. Excitement for thinking that I raised the dead. Okay, so back to... is there any way for us to find out if there's something bad that may have caused her to come back? That you know of?
Besides directly asking her? Not that I'm aware of.
Would she know, though? What if it's...
Depends.
Ooh. Since I'm sitting here thinking about it, and we're talking about it, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna try something and see if I get a bad feeling at all. I'm gonna get up and try and locate Sophia. I'm gonna check downstairs first, just in case she's not awake. If I don't see her downstairs somewhere, then I'll go upstairs. But,
Sophia would not have gotten up early. So I think like probably she would have gotten up about 9 o'clock.
All right, so then I will. Is Patience gonna be with Sophia?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to be discreet, but I'm gonna come over to Patience and smile, say good morning.
Stab her.
Oh,
Oh,
dead. Hey.
You feeling any better?
I mean, is Sophia awake by this point?
It's probably early because I went to sleep.
I guess that would depend on how loud you're talking.
I wouldn't be talking loudly. If Sophia looked like she was sleeping, I'd kind of come up close to Patience and kind of say quietly, "Good morning."
Well, it's been snoring, which is a good sign.
She looks okay.
Sorry.
When I say she looks okay, I'm gonna look at Sophia, and I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good.
Subtly?
Huh?
Are you doing it subtly?
Yeah. It can be in a 30-foot sphere around me.
Yeah, but if you're doing like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
Isn't it verbal or somatic? Or is it both verbal and somatic?
if it shows both, then it is
It's
both.
BS. It's verbal and somatic. So if you cast it, it will be verbal, and then yeah, you'll be doing like something.
For all my casters in the room, would
But
that be
you
like a
don't-
sleight of hand or a stealth thing if I wanted to do it subtly?
It'd be like a sleight of hand. Yeah, it'd be like a sleight of hand, right?
You have to use subtle spell. Raw, you can't like
Oh.
whisper verbal components.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I'm the DM, I'm gonna say you can't do it because it's a sorcerer
Okay.
ability.
Yeah.
I didn't even know subtle spell was a thing, to be honest. So
Yeah.
okay, now I know. Okay, so I'm gonna. What would be
Do it.
be words that you would
Just
use?
do it.
Yeah, but like, what would you say if you're detecting evil or good? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want Patience to be concerned, so I don't want to be just like, is she evil?
Well, what do you mean?
I'm trying to think of what the
Patience
verbal
is not a wizard, right?
Right. I'm trying to think
So-
of what a verbal component would sound like if you're detecting that.
Well, I mean,
I would assume it's some ancient dead language that
thank
Patience
you.
probably doesn't know.
Yeah, it could just be like
Sophia might.
arcane Cthulian speech, or or
Ooh.
it could be like a prayer, or
You know
it
what?
just
Oh, you guys
it
just made me
depends.
think. You guys just made me think of something. I'm gonna cast it in deep speech. So, as far as I know,
Well, it wouldn't necessarily. I mean, yeah. I mean, you could do a portion of it
different
in
language?
it. Well, it would be deep speech, and then it would be like a mix of like kind of like what they were saying. It'd be like a deep arcane language. So like Sophia might pick up on it and be like, "That's you casting something. What did you cast?" Patience might get the gist of it, but be like, "Well, what are you doing?"
oh, see, there's another, like, I guess, fun thing. Can you cast spells in other languages? If I wanted to cast
Of course
it
you could.
and say it in deep speech.
You could say it in deep speech, but there would still be portions of it that would be like they were saying it'd be like a magical language, like you're casting like an arcane type language, like usually in like most movies they cast it like everything's cast in Latin.
Yeah.
It'd be something like that.
Okay. I'm like overdoing it, but I'm like super intrigued by it, so I'm sorry
No.
for going down the rabbit hole.
No, I
okay,
mean
so,
it could be. I mean, it could be different for every single person. Like Sophia, she might have learned language on the streets, so it might be something where hers is kind of like a mixture of like like slang and something else and arcane that she kind of slurred together to make her version of magic, whereas yours might be a mixture of like you grew up learning deep
Deep
speech.
speech.
And so deep speech and this arcane, and you have like a mix between the two, and that's your version of magic. That's why every single magic is different to every single person, KB and or whoever else. Everything
Okay.
is a little bit different.
So then after I say, I'm not shouting it, so if Sophia's still sleeping, maybe she'll wake up, maybe she won't. But I'm gonna cast Detect Evil or Good after I say she looks okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it.
So she's not screaming at Patience, but
Mm-hmm.
she does begin to speak in like a language that you don't understand. And
Whoa! Hey, what the hell?
she casts something.
What?
Don't you trust
Um,
me after the time we've been together?
I mean,
I would never
yeah,
do
but
anything
what?
to harm her. I'm just making sure she's okay.
I think my eyes would open at this point.
Okay.
Do I feel anything?
I mean, you feel kind of like a blip on you. Like something in the area.
Well, Patience would feel it too then. As if I'm detecting.
You would feel it, but Patience wouldn't understand it.
Okay.
Sophia would be like, "That's magic." Would she understand wholeheartedly what it is? She would get the gist of what it is, because she would pick up on the arcane nature of it, even though there's deep speech mixed in with it. So you kind of get the gist of what she cast. And what you pick up on is she is a demon. No, I'm just kidding. She's a greater bone devil. No.
Oh God.
Turns out she's been it the whole time.
You get no nothing other than the 3 giant birds that you guys have not pushed off the fucking deck.
Okay, so I don't get
And
anything
all
evil
3
with
of
the 3.
them are evil.
Okay, but I don't. Aside from
I'm
that,
a
the 3.
taxidermy one.
It detects aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Yep.
It might detect elemental because I'm half genasi.
But I would. That's okay. It's more
You
like if
you
I'm
are a
trying to
genasi,
detect.
so you're half Dow.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm half elemental, so I'm guessing it might show that.
But
I
I'm
mean,
more. It's I'm looking for good or evil. I'm not necessarily like.
Yeah.
Is she and does she have a blip? It's more of like, do I get a bad omen from it? Is what I'm looking for.
No, you get nothing except for the 3 giant fucking birds on the deck.
Okay. And then after I do that, I'm gonna say, yeah, all good.
Just tell me what you're gonna do next time. Forgive me for being a little protective.
After I tried to save her life, you think I'd do something bad?
Well, no, but like you just come in here casting stuff. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know any of that stuff. Just
You don't trust me? I'm
I
not trying
didn't
to
say
read your
that.
thoughts or anything.
Well, I
Okay,
mean, you
she
do that all
didn't-
the fucking time.
She didn't do anything harmful, like a patient. But yes, I'd appreciate next time if you're going to do something like that, just let me know.
That's all I'm asking.
I didn't want to wake you. I hoped I wouldn't have woken you. I'm just gonna get up and walk away.
That was kind of rude.
All she had to do was say something. I mean, if it was seems like nothing bad.
What she cast
Like, I don't know what-
yesterday?
I mean, huh? What?
She said that she casted something on me yesterday to save me. What did she do?
I would have no idea, really, what Nova did, right?
No.
I don't know. She did something. Guess it worked. My brain just doesn't. I don't know. None of that shit makes sense to me. I know what you can do, kinda. I don't know how you do it. Hers is, it's different. You told me about some of the stuff you can do and how you do it, and I still don't really get it.
Sometimes I don't feel like I quite get it either.
Little warning is all I'm asking for. Just, hey, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
She told me, I probably would have been like, okay. Just. Patience, after a second, will get up and go to find Nova and kind of look back and be like,
I'm gonna get up and follow you. At this point, I'm
Okay.
awake.
I didn't know if you were staying in bed.
No, I'll get up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll follow after Nova.
What are you guys doing? You guys come out and Captain Marrow is just driving the ship normally.
No,
He's got like a little hitch on it, so he's not even really driving. He just seems to be looking at kind of a map.
Yeah, I just would have went up on the deck and then went to the back of the ship. Just to sit down and like look at the view.
You probably would have found Axel because he didn't come with you to interrogate Sophia. You would have found him sitting on the stairs at the very back. Looks to be digging into a book.
I'm gonna like plop down like really hard next to him, let out a sigh, and then lean up next to him as well. Well, that didn't go good. Or well. Proper English. Didn't go well.
No.
Proper common.
Proper
Speak the king's common, please.
How quickly would they have followed me? Because you guys had like a little banter after I left. So what, like?
Yeah, we had some
Second.
conversation. You have some time before
okay. Okay.
come up.
So
Yeah, like a couple minutes, probably.
Yeah, we'll sit down and like, well, I don't know. They just were really defensive. Just wanted to do a quick check and make sure there wasn't something bad attached to her. And they just weren't too happy about it. So, whatever. I got up and left. I didn't get anything bad when I checked, but
Doesn't mean that there isn't anything there, though.
true, there's always a possibility. But I think I would have sensed it if there was something ominous. I don't know. I don't know everything.
Just gonna keep a close eye and see how it plays out.
Yeah, I guess so.
He says, like, this entire conversation, he hasn't taken an eye off of the pages that he's looking at.
Yeah, while I'm leaning on him, I'm gonna like look at the book and actually read it as
He
he's
bar-
reading it.
He borrowed my great sword from KB.
No,
Yeah.
this is a
What do I get
This is
the
a-
sense of?
this is a book that you've never seen him pull out before. It's very old. It's a manuscript of swordplay. It's very old, but it looks
Yeah, it is.
Swordplay.
Yeah.
it looks very well cared for. And you very much get the vibe of like end of the school year notebook or personal diary. Like it's very annotated, and it's even got like a few doodles in there. The stuff that was there before is in sort of like a black ink, but all of the annotations and the doodles are made in a dark maroon type ink.
This book is property of the Half-Blood Prince.
I'm gonna noting that there's different colored ink on it. I'm gonna point to the maroon ink. Did you write this?
Yeah, we didn't. Regular ink isn't very, very readily available in the wastelands, but there are fruits from cacti that you can drain to get this liquid from. They're a pretty dark pink. We usually improvise writing using that.
Yeah. What is this book about?
It's something that I haven't had to use in a long time.
Is it like a training manual? Or is it a story?
It's more of a training manual. I found it when I from the wreckage of a caravan that we were scavenging from.
I'm gonna, as he's talking, in between, I'm gonna be kind of still like reading the words on the pages, trying to get a grasp of like what it says. Just kind of reading along as we sit there. You know, if you ever get bored of this book, I have a couple books in my bag. A couple of them that I know KB really wants you to read.
Yeah, do ya?
I know he seemed really eager for you to have them.
Sort of very gingerly closes the book shut. I'm not a leader, and I don't intend to be. I swing my sword, and I listen to orders.
Yeah, but in your own way, you kind of are a leader. Even if you don't want to be.
And how is that?
I don't know. Haven't you noticed that everybody kind of takes your lead? I know I do. I think you're the most sound-minded individual here. Tend to go into everything level-headed.
Sound-minded, huh?
So to speak. I don't know. I get clouded by stuff all the time. I think a lot of people do. You're very focused.
It's because I try my hardest to be. If I don't, then I can feel it coming back up.
And that focus, it just breeds confidence. It makes it feel safer when you're around. And people want to follow that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how everybody thinks in the future.
I'm really not worried about what they think in the future. I really don't care.
Patience, do you approach them?
What?
Are you gonna go up and talk to Nova?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see me leaning up against Axel, reading a book that he's got out in front of him. Actually, no, he closed it.
Yeah, he's probably still got it in his lap at this point, but yeah, it's closed.
I'm gonna kind of look at them approaching, not with like a negative look, but kind of like a, I'm trying to describe like, I'm like, all right, what are they gonna say now? Kind of like almost like a wall's kind of going up a little bit, if you could sense that.
Axel's like the same way. He just mutters again, Kremlok.
I'm embodying that expression in my face.
So, I'm not good at this.
Let me make it easy for you. I get it. You never know what people are up to. You got your posse, you're trying to protect it. I get it. I came waltzing in. You don't know what my intentions are. Clearly, by now, you have no idea what my intentions are. And, I might have done something shady. You don't know. You thought, possibly. Or you wouldn't have been so upset. Sorry that I didn't communicate. I didn't think. I don't always do things the right way. A lot of people don't always do things the right way.
Whoa! Are you still worried about that?
I don't know. Why else did you come up here?
No, I would appreciate you ask in the future, but I didn't think anything of it.
I don't know how to communicate with people that are sleeping. I guess I was just trying to do the right thing by letting you rest, considering we had a hard day yesterday. So instead of waking you and being like, can I bother you for something that only took a split second to do?
Rude.
Just
Would you like it if someone read your thoughts while you were sleeping?
I didn't read your thoughts. I wasn't being intrusive. I was merely just trying to make sure that there was nothing negative attached to you. That's it. If you were suspicious that something bad could be attached to me and I was sleeping, I wouldn't be upset if you checked for my own safety, for my own well-being, out of concern for me, because I trust you.
I am relieved then. Know what you found. I, of course, don't know what would have shown up.
I don't either. I was hoping nothing bad, and nothing bad did show up. Which is good. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm fine. Just got the wind knocked out of me.
Patience kind of gives Nova a knowing look.
Yeah, you're right. You were just knocked out. But, you know, there was some bad omens. There were some bad omens on the ship, and, lots of weird gas and stuff. I don't know. Just wanted to make sure there was nothing bad.
A lot of bad
I don't
guys.
want to see one of those for a long time.
I'm gonna shoot a look at Patience and mind link with her. Does she not know
Oh.
that she was dead?
It's like, I mean, she was right. Like, we both saw it.
100%. Irrefutably, she was dead.
She keeps saying that no, she just blacked out, but she said that she saw her life flash before her eyes. That's, I mean,
Of course she did. She was dead.
yeah, I mean, not to hear her tell it. I mean,
Maybe she made a deal.
with what?
I don't know. Something that gave her the ability to come back. I don't know enough about this kind of stuff.
I mean, you and me both. I mean, that's why I kind of, I guess, snapped a little bit. I just don't understand the kinds of things that you can do. I mean, I hardly understand what she can do, and she's told me about it. It's just ask. Tell me what you're gonna do next time. I just there's there's trust here. Um,
Fair.
it's just, you know. I mean, I didn't think you were gonna kill her necessarily, but I just didn't know what you were doing. Just
All right.
I'm sorry
I'm
if
sorry too.
that was. Yeah. You get the sense like she's apologetic, but like doesn't really know how to be.
Apologetic but confused.
Yeah, just like
Don't worry about it. Just like I said, I didn't think about it and thought it wasn't a big deal, and I'm sorry that I didn't communicate it and just did it, but I guess I just wasn't expecting the reaction I got, and it's fine.
all right. Yeah, if a sheepish expression could be transmitted via thought, you would be seeing it. And it kind of plays across Patience's face.
Noted.
No, Axel and I are just like standing there, like, what is happening?
Oh, good point. Be like a good 10-20 seconds of silent.
Yeah, just staring at each other.
Just staring at each other.
No, we're used to it at this point.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, this just seems like a normal thing by
This
now.
is normal. Like, hey, loop us in here.
Yeah, just yeah.
I'm gonna nod at
And-
Patience and cut the mind link.
Okay.
And I'm
And
gonna nod at Sophia. I'm glad you're okay.
Patience will just kind of go over to the side of the ship and look out.
What can I do to earn your? You seem to think something more happened.
No, I just... The circumstances just... I wasn't expecting them, so it was... I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something weird going on. And there's not.
I'll look back at Patience.
She says that she thinks that I died.
You did die. Like, I'm not even gonna hesitate when she says that. I'm gonna blurt out that...
And Sophia takes like a step back.
I know it's
No, I
shocking
just-
to hear, but you did. I mean, people can
But-
come back to life. They do it all the time. There's special people that can...
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Usually it's at the hands... You know, I don't know everything. Usually it's at the hands of, like, you know, a priest, a cleric, what have you.
I've read in books that it's possible, but I don't know anyone that's been brought back.
Maybe you have somebody looking out for you.
I worked with the...
Oh, what's his name? The priest back.
I worked with Father Rupert. I'm much more powerful in that type of magic than I am. And even he didn't have that ability.
He was just a
At least-
small town person. I don't
But
know.
who here would have had that? You're strong in magic, but you can't bring me back from the dead. If what you did to help me was what kept me alive, I appreciate that. But that's all it did.
I don't know. It must have been some other way. Maybe you just don't remember. Like I said, maybe somebody's looking out for you. and you needed to come back.
Do you trust me?
I do. My trust for you has nothing to do with making sure that there wasn't something strange around.
I've said no to this in the past. I don't think I have much to hide anymore.
I'm gonna pull up a barrel, situate it in front of you, and sit down on it and close my eyes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with... I'm gonna kind of raise an eyebrow at her.
I'll just slowly nod my head forward.
It's okay.
I'm gonna be a little bit puzzled, but also be really anxious to see. So I'm gonna reach my hand out to her hand. This is the best way. I need your hand.
I'll reach out.
I will wrap my fingers around her wrist. And I will deep dive.
Okay.
I'm gonna sift through, even though I know I have like free reign. I'm gonna specifically sift through recent, like within the last day, of anything that might indicate something she doesn't remember, or well, not even that, because I wouldn't know that she doesn't remember something. Like if like she like somebody sent her back, or if like there was some, like maybe she's in line with a deity. Like I don't know if that would be considered a memory that I would pull up. But
So you begin to sift through the memories, and you find a large collection of porn, like a large collection.
Oh my
No,
god.
no, you definitely don't.
so here's what I'm okay. So just Jen, to help. So what Nova would be thinking, because there's not a priest on the ship, how did she come back to life?
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe she believes in, or is like there's a deity of one deity or something that has chosen her or something, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe she like met with this deity and whatever. I don't know. So Nova's thinking like there's a deity, so to speak, that sent her back. So I'm curious if there would be anywhere in her memory that would have that.
So as you begin to sift through, up into where the fight begins to happen, and you see the events leading up to this, you watch as she runs down the stairs. From her point of view, you see her turn and see Patience running down the hallway, as all of a sudden a sharp pain, and she kind of like she looks over her shoulder to see that almost a vulture type creature, as she takes like a big inhale, and that's spores and poison, and you feel her lungs burning. You watch as the light fades out, as she falls forward and begins to lose consciousness. You see the sad memories that are Sophia, that get brought to the forefront of her memory. You see a small, scared little girl in a dark alley that has grown up on her own, abandoned at a very, very young age, ragged, wearing very little for clothing, cold, sleeping in on the streets, anything and everything that she can find for rags to keep warm, eating out of what she can get her hands on to eat. And one day she's getting the crap kicked out of her for stealing food, and you see a little blue girl come running out of nowhere, grab her up, and basically scoop her away from the danger, and with a big shit-eating grin on her face, hands her food, and you kind of see the whole life play out that way, like little blips here and there, them kind of running scams together, them figuring out ways of getting food together, them learning how to do certain things. You see as she kind of discovers magic, she begins to teach herself, these skills. Um, you see her peeking in through windows at like other people doing magic, and she's kind of like mimicking their movements, and she picks up little spells here and there, little tricks. You see Patience kind of in the background of the mind too, her being proud of Patience, the fighting styles, her, Patience fighting on the streets and getting like little, in a really crappy way of saying it. If anybody ever remember bum fights?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
so like
That's
Strat, Patience, you were kind of
That
used,
makes sense. It makes sense though. It
but
makes sense.
it's kind of how you were used. Like, these very high nobility types would see this scrawny little scrappy girl, and they would throw coin on the ground and go fight. And she would do these little like fights and get the crap kicked out of her, but sometimes, a lot of the time, she would come out on top, and you'd get just enough coin that they could feed themselves decently for the day. And then Amon came into the picture, and you get the glimpses of that and how he grew into this almost like father figure for them. He took them in. He took Patience's fighting style and refined it and gave her a purpose, which in turn gave them money and coin, which in turn gave Sophia the ability to clothe herself. She got these tapestries and learned how to do all these spells. And
If I
then,
may describe Amon real quick.
Yeah.
So he's not an overly tall man, like middle range, 5', like 5'6", something like that. But like wears very simple clothing, but very strong. Although he is missing one arm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just a shock of red hair, freckles, and bright blue eyes.
But even though he's missing one arm, he's a hell of a fighter without that arm. And then you see the events that led up to basically the reason why Sophia and Patience are kind of on the run. You see a fight that got thrown, that Patience was supposed to throw the fight and instead didn't, which caused this, and you see Donovan now, this basically gigantic, muscular, he almost looks obese, but a giant muscular man that holds a cane and just wears this like giant suit. Very, very done up, but very rough and tumble. Scary Man has like an entourage of these, basically what you would call killers. And then you see what led up to that, and basically Amon taking the brunt of what was meant to kill those two. He takes the brunt of it and basically allows for Sophia and Patience to escape. You see like all these just like random flashes, and it brings you to like the events of the fight. And as you get to where she blacks out and she begins to bring all these memories to the front of her head, and all of this begins to fade out, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. You remember like the old school days watching like the TVs and those certain channels that you weren't supposed to watch, you could kind of hear it, but you couldn't tune it in.
Okay.
And so you think you hear something, but it's like a fuzzy, almost like this memory was like Like somebody wrote on a whiteboard, and then they took, instead of using the actual dry eraser to erase it, they took their hand over it. Like something was there, but is not. And you get kind of like a, not like a full headache, but behind like one eye. Like you're like, oh fuck. And you kind of like, you try to focus on it even more, and it causes you more of a headache.
I was gonna say, if I get that, like, that there's something there that's hidden, I'm definitely gonna be trying to press for it.
And it just causes like the nastiest migraine you could think of, and you know what that is. And you begin to like, you're like, and you try to push through, and it causes like just immense pain. And then her memory comes back into a focus, and it's her laying in your lap looking up at you guys.
I'm gonna let go of her wrist. And kind of like squeeze my eyes shut, just wincing at the headache.
Yeah, because it's like the headache's like gone away, but it's still doing that like behind your eye, and you're just kind of like trying to get it to calm.
Well, there's something there. I guess that's in line with. Patience said that you said your life kind of flashed before your eyes, and I got that, but there is something else, and I could see it, I could feel it was there, but I couldn't grasp it.
You see Sophia's face when she closed her eyes. It was like full of confidence, and like as soon as she opened her eyes, you would see that like she's like, I told you, there's nothing there. And as soon as you say like there's something at the end of it, she'll immediately be like, I told you everything.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I saw. Everything you said makes sense. There's maybe the part where you blacked out, it just made things fuzzy at one point. I don't know.
Maybe thoughts continue when you're blacked out. Maybe it's different. As in, like, your mind still thinks, but you don't remember it?
There is another way. But you'd really have to trust me, and I'm not even sure it would work.
Can you tell me what you're planning on?
You would have. I wouldn't do it without you knowing, but you'd have to be asleep.
What are you planning on doing?
Nothing if you don't want me to, but something none of you know about me is I don't dream. I'm basically awake when I'm sleeping. And I have a connection to the dream realm. And sometimes memories that are lost from consciousness show up there. So, like I said, there's a possibility that wouldn't even work, but if you were ever curious, you don't have to. If you were ever curious and wanted me to see if there was something hidden in the fuzziness in your memory,
I would assume it would be akin to a dream. Nonsensical, but still based on my own thoughts.
Yeah, but like you said, maybe there's thoughts that you're having when you're blacked out. Maybe that's something I can't see because you weren't conscious. So maybe the only other way would be to go into your subconscious.
I'm not sure my dreams would make any sense. They certainly don't make sense to me.
It would just be for the moments that happened earlier, but like I said, it's an idea, but we don't have to do that.
You promise that's all you're going to do?
Of course. If you want me to see your memories
You've-
and find out if there's something there, that would just be another way to see that.
You've already seen through in my mind. I have nothing to hide. I'll let you do it tonight.
Okay. I don't think, just so that we're clear, I don't think you're hiding anything. I think your mind is hiding something. And
It's hard to tell if Sophia's face is concerned or a little bit of disbelief. Like it's a mix of like you can't quite tell if it's just I don't believe you or if I'm actually concerned about what you're saying.
got it. Well, we have all day. Think about it. If by tonight you're really curious if I'm able to see something that's hidden in the fuzziness, then we can try it. And like I said, it might not even work anyway, but
I'll let
if
you
you're
try
curious. Okay, well, we'll check in again later tonight, and if you still want to do it, then we'll give it a try. Ginge, this is that dominate dream that I talked to you about. And I don't necessarily think it would work, but...
I need to be right back.
What's KB been doing this whole time?
Right?
Sitting on deck, smoking a cigarette, listening to the
Nice.
drama.
I do imagine him like sitting on the bow where the steering wheel is, and he's like leaning over it, like listening to all this shit, just like fuck.
Smoking a pipe.
Look,
Guys,
Or does
where
KB have
he's out on the thing.
cigarettes?
He rolls his own cigarettes.
Oh, nice.
Tobacco cigarettes.
Backies.
Green. Yeah, I feel like there's probably not commercially. There's no Marlboro.
No, but there's there's certain there's certain areas that like boast they have the good leaf, basically.
They got
I
the
mean-
good
Yeah.
kush.
I mean, not like weed, but
Well,
like
yeah.
but yeah, you can get something to that equivalent. But yes, there is tobacco.
Dad, it's the good kush. This is the dollar store. How good can it be? Oh. I cracked myself up.
Hilarious.
It legit looks like KB is smoking.
He is. He's token.
Yep. That's what it is. Smoke.
Anybody else doing anything?
No, but I'd probably sit back and let the headache finish easing.
Axel's probably opened the book back up at this point.
The great
For
sword.
Shut up. For reference, this is what one of the black text on the pages looks like. I was trying to find it earlier. That's why I was fucking stuttering all over the place.
Yeah.
Axel's a HEMA nerd.
Um,
I'm a human nerd.
one thing
Dude,
you will
hey.
notice.
So am I.
One thing you will notice, Nova, that looking at this, on the very edges of this book, there are slight, like, dark blotches, like dried, possibly blood blotches. And he did say that he picked it off of a caravan. It's taken care of very well. Like for a book that looks like this, yes.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So just to let you know, we are about like 1 day out from Belen outpost. If that's okay with you guys, and we're gonna land there, and I'm going to make a lot of fucking expensive repairs, and hopefully Donovan's got a deep checkbook because he owes me, fucking owes me. Is it coin purse?
Coin purse.
No. I don't know. I've heard somebody call it a checkbook. I don't know what the fuck a checkbook is. Coins. Money. I don't know. I'm not rich. I guess. I don't fucking know.
Where the ever loving fuck has a needle been this whole time?
You guys never checked.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, why the fuck didn't she help us?
Yeah. Where the hell's she?
Kevin. In each other's arms,
The
crying
new
to death.
Arcadia.
Never checked.
Yeah, where?
She's behind you. Ah!
Fuck.
Yeah, nobody's
knew it.
nobody's checked on her. She's
I would take Needle over Arcadia any day of the week.
True.
Except maybe Tuesday.
she's just doing her job.
I don't know. I don't want needle on Wednesdays.
But
yeah, I'm gonna go look for needle.
you go look for her.
Yeah, where the hell's she been?
Roll a perception.
Okay. Oh shit. Forgot we can't do Beyond 20 with this. But I rolled in D&D Beyond and I got... What the hell? Where'd it go? Okay, I'll roll again. In multiverse perception. Bada bing, bada boom. 19.
19. Okay. It takes you the better course of about an hour to find her. She is in the storage area. You kind of walk into the storage area, and you're like moving stuff around. You kind of looking all around, and you spot somebody in the back corner, tucked in behind a bunch of boxes, and you just barely catch the edge of a shoe.
Huh.
Say anything?
So, that's where you've been.
See the foot get sucked in really quickly. And then like a face peers out, and she's back in her original form, like her true form. Yes, I've been staying down here. It's very exhausting to keep up forms and appearances and voice, and I heard some noise up there and wasn't really sure what it was, so I just stayed here. I don't like to fight if I don't have to.
I mean, there was these fucking bird things that came, and well, we're down like what? How many crew members died?
2 out of
2.
3.
2 of the fucking crew members died.
Well, how big were the birds?
How big were they? They were like fucking what?
I mean,
like
they were like
10 feet tall.
Yeah, bro, like 9 feet. I mean, they're
8 feet
big
tall.
fucking birds. I mean, literally, they're big enough to pick one of you guys up and just like
Yeah.
top deck.
It was like 8 feet fucking tall.
Yeah,
There's
then
3
I'm
of
very
them.
glad that I stayed in here.
Oh, and made us do all the work.
I don't fight. I don't like to fight. My fighting is done in secret. I poison shit. I don't do anything else beyond that. Espionage is my game. I don't like to open fight. Not to mention, I don't want to fight anymore if I don't have to. I'm hoping that this ends and resolves itself. I will help you with Donovan. That's it. Okay, maybe more. I don't know. Just very tired. I was hiding down here, not to mention she stands up, and she looks a little injured for some reason. She walks over to one of the barrels, and she opens the top of the barrel, and there's the body of an individual shoved in there. We had a stowaway, and it looks like he knew something was up, and I guess he was sent by Donovan to keep an eye on us. I had to deal
Shit.
with this.
Shit.
Donovan looks like he sent a little somebody to ensure we got on the boat. And when he started talking to me, he asked questions that I didn't know. That only I'm assuming the hammer was given the answer to. I did my best. Unfortunately, I guess I wasn't trusted as much as I thought I was. So I had to deal with it.
What's her injury like?
It looks like she has like a slash wound across the wibs.
The waves.
Dear we
Ooh, tiny
it.
Where the ribs,
we all
ribs
gathered
place.
here
We are
today.
gathered here.
Marriage.
A marriage.
Marriage.
She has like a
I
slash
couldn't
mark.
pronounce my R's until I was in 3rd grade. That is exactly how I talk.
She has a slash across her left rib, a couple cuts on her arm, and a kind of like a really, really dark bruise on her cheek. That
Is
you can
it
just
fresh?
barely make.
Did this just happen?
I mean, fresh-ish. Probably either around the same time you guys were fighting the fucking birds, or a little bit before.
Did you expect a needle?
Yeah. So I've just been keeping down here because Captain Marrow definitely knows who the needle is, and he's gonna start asking questions as to why the hammer isn't here. So I'm currently reserving my energy until it's time for us to get off this fucking ship. How close are we, by the way?
The captain mentioned, was that, but we weren't up there, were we, when he said that? Because he
think
said
he
we
is.
were like 2 days away.
About a day.
A day, okay.
Yeah, it's about a 3-day trip via skyship.
And we heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. About a day out.
Okay, so things are going well. Everything else is okay. Ship's fine.
I mean, needs some fixing up. But it's flying, I guess.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we can get off this fucking ship and, be back on land where we can disappear. Have you guys decided on where you're going? Molten Hammer or Voyeurs?
There hasn't been a consensus yet.
See. Well, I could tell you which one I would choose, but that's up to you. I would go the farthest distance away from where Donovan currently is, but maybe it's best to hide in plain sight. That's currently up to you. Just let me know before you go, that way I generally know how to get in contact with you guys. But
Fine.
we'll have a discussion again once we hit Balin Outpost, which I would assume will be within the day, as long as weather stays nice, and Captain Marrow can land the ship. I'm currently gonna go back to resting, though. It was a nasty little tumble with our friend here, so if you could please... Actually, you know what? Even better. And she stands up and she puts the lid back on the barrel and, like seals it back up. How about you make this disappear, if you know what I mean?
I'll go over to the barrel.
Okay.
And I'll just be like, all right, you
Just don't
stay
let it-
here and
Don't let it
rest
see
up. And as I say, you stay like here and rest up. I like kind of not hard. I'm not trying to like hurt her, but just to give her that twinge of pain, like, you know, just a little dig at the rib wound, just like a little bump, enough
just like a
to
little tap. You kind of like you
yeah.
give her like a little fist bump, and you purposely miss her fist bump, and
Mhm.
like tap her on the side. And she's like, yep. I'm going to lay down now. Thank you.
I'll pick up the barrel.
Okay, it's pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. But the individual has been stripped of all their gear, is butt ass naked, basically like assassin's style, crammed into a fucking barrel, and lid put on.
Okay, and I saw Kevin, right?
Kevin's
Like
currently,
before.
yeah, he's currently sleeping in the quarters.
Okay. I will use my once a day cast of disguise self to make myself look like Kevin as I carry this barrel upstairs.
Okay, sounds good. And
So-
you come up the stairs, and all you guys kind of sitting on the back watches Kevin comes up the stairs holding a barrel. This
Oh Jesus, that's way
Fuck.
too big.
no.
That's better.
You come up the stairs. You guys watch as Kevin kind of comes up the stairs and begins to make his way towards the side of the ship holding this barrel. Kevin, what the fuck are you doing?
This. What does Kevin sound like? Kind of high
pussy?
pitched.
Yeah, like kind of
Okay.
a pussy.
I did, boss. Like, I think this barrel of rations is going bad.
Wait, what do you mean it's gone bad? It's we've been on 3 days. It's not. It cannot be that bad. Let me see. Let me see. And he starts to prop the wheel up.
Oh no. I'm just gonna dump it. Okay.
What do you mean dump it? If it's food,
No,
we
just-
don't. We
I'm
don't.
just going over to the side and.
Kevin, no, fuck! What are you doing? No, don't, you dumb fuck! Get over here right now! You so stupid fuck! A lot of money. Oh, Kevin. Oh, when we get to fucking Balin Post, I fucking will. Oh, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Get downstairs.
Man.
I told you, go fucking back downstairs right
Oh,
now. I am
man.
so done with you and your shit.
But it was bad. It smelled like shit.
I told your father I would take you on, and I would show you. First fucking trip, all fuck ups. Done. Go downstairs now. I don't want to see you till we get to Balin.
Oh man. I'll go downstairs.
That's good.
And then wait a minute. Undisguise and come back out.
Okay, sounds good. Come back out, and you just see Captain Merrill's like super fucking pissed off right now. He's like driving the boat, and you just hear like muttering, like he just muttering swear words.
Hmm.
As the
I'll just kind of turn to the others.
Fuck.
I'll just turn to the others if they're
angry
looking
individual.
at me, or if they're looking my way, and just kind of wink.
very As the warm breeze from the air blows over the ship, party members returned to the party. Everybody seeming to do well, wounds healing, smoke being toked, a good book being read, and friends back together. That is where we will end tonight as we make our way towards the last leg of this trip to land in the Bellin Outpost, where the party will decide, do they go north or do they go east?
This will be the third episode in a row named To the Desert or To the Swamp.
No, this one was a different one.
Yeah, it was. See ya.
Coming.
Ciao.